Great. Hi, everyone. I see that we have our first attendees on board already, and I would like to welcome you on our webinar from the series of subject webinars on the topic, umbrella topic for today, as you know already, is studying energy engineering in Germany. And my name is Georgi. As always, I will be the co-host / co-moderator of today's webinar. In other words, the least interesting person for you guys. So we have more interesting people who from German universities and who will talk about their programs, present their programs very soon. So long story short, for those who do not know how to use the webinar form of the Zoom, so you can see the Q&A button. This is the key button for you during this 1 hour and 15 minutes around. So please be as active as possible with using this Q&A button and sending your questions. And they will be answered either in the written form or we'll answer them towards the end of our webinar during our live Q&A session. Okay, so let me now start with my short presentation. Let me introduce first the agenda once again. So we have 4 German universities, 4 programs, and 4 guests from 4 German universities. So it's Technische Hochschule Rosenheim, who will start with, and it's Professor Dr. Johannes Vogel, and he will talk about Master of Science level program in hydrogen technology. Then we will move to Freiburg, to University of Freiburg. And it's we have Yasmin Zairia, and she will talk about Master of Science level program in solar energy engineering. Then we are moving to Ostbayerische Technische Hochschule Amberg-Weiden, and it's Professor Frank Spetter. He will talk also about Master of Engineering program, level program in international energy engineering. And then we'll close with Hochschule Landshut. We will talk about bachelor level program in sustainable industrial operations and business, and our guest professor Dr. Reinhold Kohler will do that mostly. Okay, so who is behind today's webinar? It is My German University. To put it shortly, we are Germany's largest database when it comes to English taught study programs. So we have over 2,500 degree programs, mostly taught in English, on our website, and they are openly available for you guys. And you can see both bachelor and master's levels program and short courses and language courses. Our main goal is to help international students on their way towards studying in Germany, and there are 3 key ways through which we are doing that. One of them is our study finder, which you can see now on the left-hand side of your screen. So it has lots of filters which helps you to find your desired program much more efficiently. The second way of helping you is through our articles. We have over 150 articles on various topics regarding studying in Germany. Of course, they are also free for you, and I would strongly suggest you to take a look at them. The third way of helping you is through our webinars that we organize every week. So we have over 150 webinars per year on different topics, can be scholarships, UniAssist, visa, etc. And the subject webinars, like the one that you're attending right now. It can be topics on industrial engineering, political science, sociology, physics, etc., etc. All of the topics, all of the webinars that are already planned, you can see them and find them in our webinar section, and you can sign up for them and attend them for free, like the one that you're doing right now. And regarding our team, it's quite international. We are based in Hamburg, in northern Germany, but we are all over Germany and also all over the world, and we are counseling also in different languages, and some of them you can see also in front of your screens. So also shortly about 2 databases that you should know when it comes to studying in Germany. If you're also more into German taught study programs, you're also interested in German taught study programs, I would suggest you to check out also Hochschulkompass. If you are more into English taught study programs, then I would strongly suggest you to go for the My German University in our study finder. I will also wanted to underline this difference. So 2 key types of universities that you can find in Germany. It's Universität type of university and University of Applied Sciences, and we have present both of them, both types. And what is the key difference that you should know about? So generally, when it comes to Universität type of university, focus lies more on research and theory, while in case of University of Applied Sciences, usually the focus lies more on application and practice. If you have any more questions regarding that, please read our articles or get in touch with us. Okay, long story short, we are moving now to the most interesting part of today's webinar, and we are moving to our first guest, to Rosenheim Technical University of Applied Sciences. It's Professor Dr. Johannes Vogel, and now he will talk about master's level program in hydrogen technology.
And welcome you all to our information session today. As said, my name is Johannes Vogel. I'm professor for simulation and chemical engineering at TH Rosenheim. and I'm Dean of Studies for the program Hydrogen Technology. And I want to show you the following, what is the reason why we founded this program, what could you expect in this program, and of course, why should you come to Burghausen to study this program. So to start with the motivation, as we all know, society and politics agreed on several measures to reach the 1.5 degrees Celsius target in terms of the limitation of climate change and climate action. And the interesting thing about this in the recent year is that this goal is now not only wish. This goal is active in laws and regulations we have all to follow. And this is especially a driver for industrial production systems and industrial companies, so that they have the legal legalities to fulfill to reach those goals. And this means that there's a lot of action going on to transform the current situation of production and industrial processes. To reach this goal, we should use material and energy from renewable sources. So it's all about circularity and using renewable energy to fulfill these goals. And this implies, especially for chemical industries and other productive industries, a massive transformation of the way we currently operate. And to sum it up, it's common ground that hydrogen will play a major part in this transformation process. And to emphasize on this, for industries producing goods like chemical industries, but also other industries, this means that we not only have to find a solution for the energy transformation, we have also to find a solution for material transformation. This is even increasing all challenges coming with this transformation process. And that was the reason for us to think about a program, a master program designed especially for this megatrend hydrogen, in which we want to give students an application-oriented education to be in the driver's seat within this current megatrend. To underline this motivation, let me show you shortly a little snapshot from a study. The study was about the chemical industry in Germany, but you could transfer the results of this, the main findings of this study to all other industries as well. And I don't want to go into too much technical details. What you can see here is they looked at what has to be done to transform the chemical industry towards a zero emission industry. And you can see here that we have they identified three technology pathways with which the CO2 emissions could be reduced from 30% to 60% to 100%. And the interesting thing part about the study, and maybe for you as future students, is, of course, it's interesting what is the technology behind to reach this goal, but it's also those numbers you can read here. So it's about massive investment and a massive investment also in infrastructure projects. And what does this mean for you as a student? If there is a lot of money to spend, you need a lot of people spending this money. You need people dealing with the new technology, selecting the technology, selecting the equipment, bring this equipment into action, and be the responsible engineers for the new plants and new ways of production. So this means a very good chance on the job market if you are familiar with those new technologies. This was another motivation for our program. So after the motivation, let's talk about the content of our program. It is a program open for all engineering disciplines. It has its core in chemical engineering and is supported with topics and modules from chemical markets and economics, politics and society, materials and natural science, and simulation and optimization to give a full picture of technology development, and technology evaluation. This could be summarized in the following overview. So we want to give, as I said, an holistic education in all relevant fields in hydrogen technology. And here you see some questions you should be able to answer after the graduation in our program. And the important part about our selection of the content is that you're not only an expert for new technology like hydrogen, but that you also understand the current industry in industrial production and also the connection with the chemical and raw material market to understand and identify what are the main and specific challenges for a specific situation and what is the best suited technology. Because as you see in current public discussions, it will not be so easy that we have one and the only solution and one silver bullet for all our problems and all our challenges, but we have to identify the best suited solution for a specific situation. So we will talk about how is hydrogen produced today and look at what are hydrogen sources for tomorrow. What is the current feedstock of the process industry? What can be the feedstock tomorrow based on sustainable production? And what does this mean for our production processes and so on? So you see that you will understand what is the current situation and what are the main drivers to change this current situation. Now let's look on some former thing. Here you can see an exemplary study plan of our program. I will not read out all the names of the modules. You can read more details in our study plan on our homepage. And of course, I'm open for questions in this session, or if you write me an email directly, I'm happy to answer all your questions. But I want to give a general overview. So you could start the program in summer as well as in winter. And there's no difference in the modules. You will be all students will be taught together, so there's no real dependency of the sequence of the modules. You will have modules from different fields, and our goal is to increase the selectable module plan of our program so that you have a very modular study program to build a study program on which focuses on your interests and your strengths. One interesting thing about our program is that we have integrated a project thesis in the winter term. This means that you are working directly in current research and development projects of our campus or of the industries nearby of our location. In the end, you will earn 90 credit points and have the Master of Science in hydrogen technology. If you're interested in more specific requirements, we can talk about it in the Q&A session, or you may have already seen that you can follow the 2 QR codes in the header where you are directed to our current requirements for enrollment. The question is now, why should you come to Burghausen? So as I said, I'm professor at the Technical University of Rosenheim, but our campus is located in Burghausen. It's close to the Austrian border, and we were founded in 2016. This means that we are a very young campus, and this also means that we have very modern equipment, a very motivated team of young and motivated lecturers. And we offer also a good supervisory relationship to guarantee state-of-the-art education. The special thing about Burghausen, when you're not from Germany, I would be surprised if you have ever heard about Burghausen. But surprisingly, for outside people, is that we have a very big and large industry and a very important chemical industry, especially in Bavaria. So we have one of the largest chemical parks in Germany and the largest chemical park in Bavaria here, close to Burghausen. This means that we have close contact to companies. This is good for your job chances, but of course we have also a good sense what are the current topics and what are the current drivers in these companies. Here in Burghausen, the district is called Altötting. You will find a very close ways to nice nature resorts and have a good cultural and nature scene to spend your time beneath the study. Of course, in contrast maybe to other universities you hear today, we cannot compete with a very broad nightlife scene and a very big city life. But this is also not what we want to offer. Our strength is that we are familiar, we know each other. I meet a lot of students, a lot of international students throughout the week. This is a very good contact. So we have a good relationship and supervisory relationship with our students. So this is our strength, and this is what we can offer you. In addition, what is also important, I summed up and summarized some of the recent publication regarding the topic hydrogen and the topic of hydrogen technology, especially in regards of Burghausen and the district Altötting, because due to our industrial chemical park and companies here in the region, we are very lucky to have some exciting projects going on regarding hydrogen. One project is on the left side. Unfortunately, it's only in German. What I found is that Bavaria wants to build one of the largest onshore wind projects here in this district. So this means we have the direct connection to renewable energies, and this could also open options for hydrogen. In the middle, you see the planned pipeline network in Bavaria and southern Germany with hydrogen. And also we, not as big as Munich or Augsburg, we are always on the map when it's about these pipeline networks due to the close in chemical industry. And on the right side, this is our latest project. There is a building for a new lab and technology building, especially for hydrogen research and development, which was recently funded also from the Bavarian state. And we are happy to open it in 2026 to combine all our research and teaching activities in this building. This was a short overview, so please ask a question. I could imagine from similar information session that you have some questions about the requirements, some questions maybe about visum and other problems which may occur when you want to come to Germany, or other specific question. I'm happy to answer you all of the questions. Please also reach out to me via email. And then I'm looking forward to see you soon in Burghausen. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Professor, for your presentation. And dear attendees, if you want to ask questions now, please do it now. If not, the emails also are in the chat and you can get in touch with Rosenheim directly after our webinar. All right. Now let me move to our next speaker, next university. So we are moving to University of Freiburg, to the very south of Germany, even more, I think, southern. So it is Yasmin Zaheria, and she will talk about solar energy engineering master's program. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. I would like to start by introducing myself. My name is Yasmin Zaheria. I'm the Public Relations Manager at the MSc of Solar Energy Engineering at the University of Freiburg and Fraunhofer-ISE. And with me today present is my colleague, Renata Harder, who is the Program Manager of our program. I will start with the agenda of today's presentation. I will start with a program introduction of our master degree, followed by the program benefits and why you should choose our program, and also the application procedure, some of the testimonials from our students, as well as a project that we are working on, an online project that we're working on with another 4 universities. Starting with a small introduction on our program. It is a duly accredited Master of Science degree in Solar Energy Engineering. It's a scientific partnership between the University of Freiburg and Fraunhofer Institute of Solar Energy Systems in Germany. It's an online and part-time degree, fully taught in English and also tailored for full-time employees. So most of our students are, along with their studies, they also work in full-time. Why choose our program? One of the benefits of our program is the scientific cooperation of 13 years between one of the leading universities in Germany, which is the University of Freiburg, and the largest solar energy research institute in Europe, which is the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems. Our lecturers are professors in both the University of Freiburg, as well as researchers in Fraunhofer-ISE. Therefore, our program is up to date with the most recent research in the solar energy field, which is, as you know, is necessary in a field such as solar energy that is developing as fast. That is why this cooperation is very beneficial and valuable for us. Another benefit of the program is the fact that it's flexible. It provides a lot of flexibility for our students that are working full-time. The study format, as I mentioned before, it's online. That can be done next to your job from anywhere in the world. The study format is basically recorded video lectures, regular online meetings and tutor-led live sessions, discussions in online forums between professors and students, reading and exercise material, research projects that are done at the end of almost every semester, laboratory workshop at Fraunhofer ISE or in a similar institute, and finally modeling and simulation tasks. So these are some of the formats of teaching in our program. Another benefit of our program is that you can choose, you have two options. You can either choose to study from your home country, where you can keep your current position, stay close to family and friends, and you can at the same time develop in your career and develop in your knowledge, or even change your career to solar energy. Or you can come to Germany. Our program is eligible for you to apply for a German student visa, and to also apply for a job either as a student assistant, in research institute, in Fraunhofer ISE as well. That's also possible. There are always open positions, or any job of your choice. You're eligible to come and then choose any job of your choice in Germany or in other European countries, and to also gather practical lab experience alongside your master's study. As I mentioned before, our students are full-time employees. Therefore, these are some of the companies that they're working in. As you can see, there are some of the renowned companies in the energy field in general. Following this, I would like to also talk about the curriculum a little bit. We have two tracks, a full track of 120 ECTS that lasts for 7 semesters. And the condition for that is to have a 3 to 4 years bachelor degree in a fitting field in STEM subjects, that are science, technology, engineering, or mathematics subjects, and 1 year of professional experience or more. The expert track, the second track that we offer, is for 90 ECTS credits, and it's for 5 semesters. And for that, you would need a master degree or a 5 years bachelor in a fitting field, in addition to professional experience and solar energy field. To give you an overview on the study plan of the full track, we basically here, you see here at the beginning, we see here at the first year, basically it's fundamentals on solar energy, such as solar energy generation, semiconductor physics, solar energy systems, and so on. Following that, you have the second year where you focus on mandatory modules such as crystalline silicon photovoltaics, electrical energy storage, or fundamentals of solar cells. And at the end of every semester, you also have a research project that you work on. And of course, you can read more about these modules in our module handbook in our website that you can find in the chat. And afterwards, in the third year, you have elective topics that you can choose from. Such as solar thermal energy, solar cell technology, solar energy integration to the power grid, photovoltaic power plants, and we also offer an on-campus module, which is applied research that you are welcome to do in Fraunhofer ISE. This is basically the third year, and at the last semester, you have a master thesis that you focus on that can be done either in Fraunhofer ISE, or it can also be done at a research institute of your choice, or at a workplace also of your choice. Next, the expert track. As I mentioned, you would need to have already fundamentals on the program, or on solar energy. And for that, you can skip the first year. So for 5 semesters, you can skip the first year and go directly to the mandatory modules, and focus and finish your degree in 5 semesters. This is basically the curriculum, and as I said, you're welcome to check it in our module handbook as well as our website. And if you have any questions about it, please feel free to contact us as well. We will leave our email at the end. And Moving on, like going back to this to the sample study plan, we also have laboratory workshops during the duration of the program, two laboratory workshops, and for those you would need to come to Fraunhofer ISE to be able to do them, or a research institute of your choice. But we offer a campus phase for 1 week in 1 year, or like once a year, sorry, in Freiburg. And in that you can take part in these laboratory workshops, as well as get to meet the professors, get to meet the tutors, the management of C program, as well as fellow students. Here you can see a program, like an example of the program that we're working on now for the campus phase 2023 at the end of September. As you can see here, we have some formal and informal events, like I said, such as talks from our professors or co-directors, Professor Dr. Anke Weidlich and Professor Dr. Stefan Gulunz, that will give talks, as well as a Fraunhofer ISE Day, where you could get to do your laboratory workshops, and also graduation ceremony, where students get to celebrate at the end of their master degree. So that's all something that you can do at the campus phase once a year in Freiburg. Here are some of the pictures of the lab visits that our students took part in. Some networking as well that our students did, either in lunches or in city tours or in social dinners that we offer during the campus phase, as well as graduation ceremony as well of our students. I believe this was back 2 years ago. Another graduation ceremony pictures where our co-directors Stefan Gulunz and Anke Weidlich are given graduation certificates to students. Social dinner, and this is a group photo of our lecturers and students, as well as the management team of the program. Moving now to the eligibility and general conditions of the program. So the eligibility criteria is to have a bachelor degree in maths, engineering, or science, or any related field. Also to have English language skills. Also your degree, if your bachelor degree is in English, that's also proof. As well as professional experience of at least 1 year. That doesn't necessarily have to be in solar industry. Some of the general facts of our program is that it starts in mid-October and mid-April of every year. The duration is either an expert track for 5 semesters or 7 semesters, and it's a part-time degree, as I said, with roughly 10 hours a week of workload. The exams and assessments are also taken online. Moving now to the program fees of the program. For the full track, it's 25,000 euros for 7 semesters and 18,000 euros for 5 semesters. It's paid in installments, so every semester you pay around 3,500 euros to 4,000 per semester or per 6 months. And this, as you can see here, is the payment scheme. In addition to matriculation fees to the University of Freiburg, which are 180 euros per semester. Moving on to the application procedure, our application period is currently open for the winter semester intake until the end of August. It's fairly straightforward, and you can also find it in our website. You start by registering at an online application platform at the University of Freiburg, in addition to entering your personal information, and the final step would be to upload your document, the required documents, such as bachelor degree and proof of work experience. If you have also, of course, any questions on the program in general or on the application procedure, you can contact us. Moving now to some testimonials from our students. Here we have Mattheos Menegasi, who is a master's student with us and who is also working at Fraunhofer ISE currently. He said here, since the start of my studies here, I had access to up-to-date content in the courses, and seeing it become a reality in the state-of-the-art laboratories at Fraunhofer ISE is one of the best professional experiences I could have hoped for. We also have a testimony by Hassan Mirhi, who is from Lebanon and who is currently working in the Netherlands. He says here, this program offers access to state-of-the-art technology at the Fraunhofer Institute, knowledge from top experts in the field combined with a great supporting team, an experience you wouldn't find somewhere else. And the final testimony here is by Jerusalem, who is our master alumni, who's currently working in Switzerland. She says here that the opportunity of having, who also worked in Fraunhofer ISE, as you can see here, she says that the opportunity of having work experience at Fraunhofer ISE makes my student life much easier. The theory I have been taught in the lectures through modern solar energy technology becomes reality at Fraunhofer ISE. So these were some of the testimonies from our program, that the combination between the University of Freiburg and the knowledge that that gives, as well as the latest research in Fraunhofer ISE, is something that they value, that is very valuable for them. And finally, I would like to briefly introduce a PV I Teach project that we're working on. It's a photovoltaics online teaching website that we collaborated with another 4 universities around Europe. It's funded by the EU with 250,000 euros. And the objective of the project is to provide high quality online PV education and training. As I said, it's partnered from 5 EU universities, and they are the University of Freiburg, DTU, which is the Denmark Technical University, Technical University of Köln, and Technical University of Münster, as well as the Dalarna University in Sweden. We can also leave in the chat the PV I Teach website, that you can access online courses that are completely for free and are also done by one of the top solar institutes, or like solar research institutes around Europe. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention, for your time. Yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us here at contact@studysolar.uni/freiburg.de, and we're happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Great. Thank you very much, Yasmin. Thank you very much, Renata, also for answering the questions in the chat actively. And with that, now we are moving to our next speaker. Let me open my official slide once again to introduce him. So we are moving to Ostbayerische Technische Hochschule Amberg-Weiten, OTH. It's Professor Frank Später, and he will now talk about International Energy Engineering Master's Program.
For a long time, climate change and its causes have been known very well. The major cause is the world's energy supply system, which is based on the burning of fossil fuels and the greenhouse gas emissions related to it. If we want to do something about the climate change, then we have to transform our energy supply system into a sustainable, climate neutral one. In Germany, we started with this transformation roughly 15 years ago. We call it Energiewende, which is translated roughly to energy transformation. The following picture shows you an example of what the energy system of the future could look like. And you see here 4 columns, basically. 4 columns. I take the laser pointer. On the left side, the generation of the energy, which is based in the future system not on fossil fuels, but on the renewable energy sources. We have, as a second column, the distribution of the energy. The green arrows here, they are standing for electricity distribution for the electrical grid. The blue ones for hydrogen, which was mentioned before in one of the presentations. The red one for heat transport, and the yellow one for gas, which could be natural gas, as it is nowadays, but which could be methanated gas from hydrogen also. So with all these, you could drive our society, where we need energy for mobility, for heating of buildings, for cooling of buildings, for the industry mainly. All this is possible to run with renewable energy systems in a sustainable system. And this is the goal that we want to reach, actually worldwide, not only in Germany. As I said, we started roughly 15 years ago, and I can say We are still at the beginning. So it's a real huge challenge, and we need a lot of experts for this. And this is what you can study in our program, International Energy Engineering, at our little University of Applied Sciences. It is actually not far away from Burghausen, which we have get to know in the first presentation. It is in East Bavaria, not far away from the Czech Republic border. And you can see here the program. We have, it's basically a 3-semester master's program, because on the University of Applied Sciences in Germany, the bachelor programs are containing of 210 credit points. And then you need only another 90 credit points, European credit points, ECTS called also. You need 90 to become a master, because in Europe you need 300 credit points for a master. If you come with 180 only, your prerequisite is 880 credit points, which can be found out at UniAssist institution. Then we offer a 4th semester for those, which we call bridge semester and bridge modules. You can see here below with the number 0. So here you can reach the missing 30 credits. So with this, you can start then in the 1st semester of the master's program. And what you can see here, the gray and brown gray squares, that are the compulsory modules. You see here, for example, international energy law and energy economics. Yeah, that is for us, it's a base. The regulations from the government and politics and from the EU, for example. We have simulation of energy systems in general, scientific research and methods, innovation management and communication as compulsory modules. Also a project here. A major project with a seminar at the end. And all the blue ones, these are elective modules in the master's program. So they cover actually most of the fields that are shown here, like distribution of energy, like storages, like generation. So you can find out your own individual focus areas and select whatever is good for you and whatever you like. The elective modules, I can show on the next slide here, we have 13 at the moment. It is always changing a bit, and we adapt to new technologies also. You find here the renewables in the beginning, and you find also the hydrogen technology. You find energy efficiency. We are very strong in that. In the research field also at our university, you find something about buildings, mobility, concepts of the future here, life cycle assessment, and also energy management, including AI methods. So it is easy for you to choose your own focus. And at the end, in the 3rd semester, as in the other programs as well, you are carrying out a master thesis. We, as a University of Applied Sciences, are used to have a lot of contacts to the industry, mainly around our university, but also in all Germany or Europe. And there are possibilities always in the industry to carry out the master thesis, as well as in our research areas at our university itself. This is a view into one of our labs. You can see here a cogeneration plant where we do emission measurements. We work together with the companies, with the manufacturers of those plants to improve them, to change the energy supply into hydrogen and things like this. So we have an own focus in our cogeneration center. Yeah, what do you need? What are the requirements? Of course, a bachelor, which is mentioned before. We want to have a general mark of 2.5 or better. Due to the European German system, which is given then by the proof of UniAssist. And it has to be, of course, a technical bachelor. The English level B2 is necessary, as mentioned also before in other programs, that is common in Germany. Also, you need to learn a bit German. You can have it before as a requirement, or you can do it when you are in Germany. And you have to have at latest at the end of the first year, so at the end of the second semester, an A2 level in German. Well, we help you in that, but learning you have to do by yourself, of course. Then we have as a selection for the students from all of the applications, an assessment procedure where we evaluate your scientific and practical experiences that you had before. So after all this, the evaluation of UniAssist shows if you have 180 credit points or 210. With the 180, you go into the bridge semester. With the 210, directly into the master's program. There you can start 2 times a year, always in March, middle of March and beginning of October. Here for the bridge semester, only once a year in the winter semester, so beginning of October. Yeah, and after the bridge semester, you carry out the 3, or even when you do not need the bridge semester, you carry out 3 semesters. Some views on our laboratories here. We have very well equipped modern labs in all these fields that I mentioned here before, or in many of those fields, not all the fields, but many of those fields. We do experiments and research. We are a small university where the atmosphere is very personal. In our program, in our International Energy Engineering program, there are starting roughly 50 students per year. So the professors knows you personally. We have also some additional activities on the university campus, like here, this Formula student team running Snail is the name of it. Here you can get involved. You can be active if you like, or you can be active here also in a program which is called Technologies Without Border. This is a program which is running also German-wide on many universities. Here you have a view on the campus. On the left side, that is our building of our faculty, mechanical and environmental engineering. In front, behind the trees here, there are all the labs. And on the right side here, what you cannot see, this building here is particularly for our cogeneration and efficiency research activities. So it's a small campus, it's a small town of 40,000 inhabitants, but it's very nice, and and you can see some activities that the students are carrying out when they have free time here. They barbecue on the campus, they play, they do sports, or whatever. A lot of activities are going on all the year. So you get to know each other. You get to know, of course, your fellow students, but also the German students on the campus. The city of Amberg, as I mentioned, 40,000 inhabitants. We have here a public swimming pool, and other activities are possible. In summer times, there are almost every weekend any festivals, somewhere beer festivals in Bavaria, whatever. Yeah, and when you've finished your studies, we're going to help you also to find a job. We would very much be appreciated when you stay in Germany afterwards, because we need a lot of experts, as I mentioned before, but not only in Germany, it's worldwide. I mean, this energy transformation has to be done worldwide. And here are some of the positions mentioned that you can carry out when you're ready. You're an expert in energy transformation after your studies. Of course, you do not know everything, but you had looked in many fields, and you're quite wide positioned to get a good job in the industry or even in the research centers such as ISE in Freiburg, for example. And there you have possibilities on carrying out a doctorate. Yeah, if you have more questions here, you can either contact me or my wonderful colleague here from the international office, the head of the international office. Here you see the email address, and here is the link to the study program page, which you can find along with our university page. Yeah, we would be very happy, and particularly me as a director of the study program, to welcome you in Amberg, and we're looking forward to your application. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your presentation. And with that, now we are moving to our last speakers for today. So we are moving to Landshut University of Applied Sciences. We have Professor Dr. Reinhold Koller, joined with his colleague Maria Melhaf, and they will talk about now bachelor level program in sustainable industrial operations and business.
Maria, I'm working in the international office. I'm here together with Reinhold Koller, who is the leader of the study program of SIOP. And let me introduce firstly University of Applied Sciences Landshut in Dingolfing, a growing university with a very high recommendation rate and a very good ranking. Afterwards, Reinhold will introduce our new study program, SIOP, Sustainable Industrial Operations and Business Bachelor, to you. So let me just get started. First of all, our university campuses are located about 80 kilometers from Munich. So in recent years, our region was one of the highest increasing population regions in Bavaria. Our growing region combines actually the advantages of still affordable housing and living costs with the direct and fast connection to Munich. So we don't have any or hardly any unemployment rate due to the strong increase in company startups and the strong settlement of large companies. But this is not only why you should study in Landshut and Dingolfing. It is actually because of the advantages we have on our campus in Dingolfing. Dingolfing is characterized by small study groups. Therefore, as a university, we have a very low dropout rate. We offer you not only excellent theoretical lectures, but also practical formats that are important for your start into a professional career. We implement many practical formats together with our industry partners, and our students usually don't have to wait until the end of their studies to get their first job offer. Our campuses are super modern and equipped with the latest technology, and our support for students from pre-start of their studies to the end of their studies and beyond is always very much appreciated by our students. Many colleagues at the university support you in all matters, in addition to your professors who support you in the academic field, of course, and the international office who supports you in all matters you are having. We have our buddies who can give you peer-to-peer support, and our ICS International Network, which offers cultural activities and events from the start of your studies on. A special feature of our SIOP degree program is that we combine work and study right from the start. Various work and placement opportunities in regional companies help you to apply the learned theories directly into practice, and students benefit from mentoring by an experienced manager and company representative. For us as an international office, welcoming you on campus is very important. To offer good introduction, we implement so-called welcome weeks. 1.5 weeks, you will have an exciting program to get to know everything you need to know. and to be successful as a student in Dingolfing. You can see pictures here of our trips, and you can see a picture here of our buddies. They are just brilliant. We usually match them pre-start to you. So one of our students who are already who's already studying here in Landshut or Dingolfing is matched with a freshman. So you will not be on your own in any questions. We are keen on helping you finding friends on campus, which, if applicable, help you through homesickness as well as insecurities if they would arise. Our buddies, of course, as well help you to get settled in Germany by opening bank account, assisting you with the mobile phone contracts, all these sort of things that are important for living. But that's not all. In addition to the welcome weeks and the buddy program, we do offer cultural activity all over, the range of your studies, as well as interesting company visits and international roundtable. So of course, you're all settled, for the whole semester. Last year, for example, and you can see a picture of all our actions actually, we went to Munich, Burghausen, which has the world's longest castle. I think my colleagues know that. And we did, of course, a day trip to Neuschwanstein. We always do day trips to Lake Chiemsee, Königssee. So you get everything you need to know about the Bavarian culture. A specialty in Landshut, and you can see it on the upper picture on the left side, the second one. Next week, our students will join the world famous Landshut wedding, a royal medieval wedding that took place in 1475. So our students get a picture of the historical city and not only, of campus life. I think one of you already asked for housing. It's, a little bit different between Landshut and Dingolfing. For Landshut, we have diverse options. We have dormitories you can choose from. For Dingolfing, we have private options you can choose from. So depending on what you choose, you have different ways of living. A good thing is that we only have kind of living costs of 250 to 360 euros round about. So quite affordable for, I think, everybody. A little bit about the framework in the end. The application deadline for our program, CEOP, and all other programs is in July. We do need you to have a level in B2 in English, and you have to apply via our mobility system, Primus, and we need to bring your Uni Assist certificate. Indian and Chinese and Vietnamese students, of course, have to bring APS. So that's the prerequisites. So application is still open in the next 3 weeks. And if you have any questions to that, don't hesitate to ask you. So this is my part now. I hope I could give you a good picture of the university. And of course, I give the stage to Reinhold, who is giving you more information around the studies.
Hello to everybody here on the screen, mobile screen, or in front of a laptop or a personal computer. My name is Reinhold Kohle. I'm the designer, the founder, and the program director of this completely new bachelor's degree study course, Sustainable Industrial Operations and Business, or in a short way, SIOP. I show you some slides. Thank you, Maria. She's our head of international office, and she gave you some kind of flavor about the city, Landshut, but especially for Dingolfing, and the framework also to that. Now I go a little bit deeper to this new study program. And I show you one, crossing the fingers. Yeah. Do you see my picture? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so you see here the Technology Center Production and Logistics, TZ Pulse is the name, located in Dingolfing. It's a big one with a lean factory production environment and so on. Within this technology center, we start our new bachelor's degree SciOp. And it's located in Dingolfing. It's a small city, around about 20,000 people living there. But Maria mentioned also this study and work program. We have a big factory also there. And this is BMW with 19,000 employees. And of course, other suppliers, other companies, and so on. And you can combine the study as well as the work potential. So this is the building of this TZ Pulse. And some further hint, Georgie, I think you sent out the link of the video of the image video of our new study course. If not, then you can
Yes,
also
I did
provide
it. Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for that. So what is the Sustainable Industrial Operations and Business Program? We combine technology, business or economics, and the third one is international in a framework. We call it, and it is sustainability. So we take a look to the strategic development goals. You see these 17, for example, here, and then we give you with a lot of modules, and I show it on in 1-2 minutes, that you are really a good expert, a good engineer, because you end up the study with a bachelor's of engineering degree, term 1, and then you're able really to develop sustainability in interfaces over the complete value chain in a company, starting with engineering, procurement, over production, to the customer support, for example, and also the other interfaces, marketing, sales, and so on, all with view to this sustainability. You are able to talk to experts in the development or in the research and development department, as well as production and the other one. You are really you have the complete overview of all tasks depending on this sustainability. For operational, that means short term, 1, 2, 3, 5 years, depends on the contract situation in the company. Also to the strategic view of the company. You can work in smaller companies, for example, founded companies, startups, medium companies, as well as big corporates or concerns. And you will receive the depth of the different modules, the knowledge, as well as the wideness of this topic, so that you are really able, the so-called green soul or sustainable soul within the company. Our target group is regional students, national, and of course, and thank you that you are here, international students, because the study course is complete, more or less complete in English. We have some study general courses, 3 with 2 semester week hours. This is then German, and you will also learn German over the first 3 semesters. You have 4 SVS semester working hours that you can learn also the German language. It's much more easier if you want to go to BMW, for example, in some special department that you are also speak a little bit German, of course, by side to the English language. So if you want to work in this industrial environment from the beginning to the end, I mentioned it, then this is the right study course for you. We start on the 4th of October this year. The designing phase was 3 years, a lot of discussions with experts, with a lot of people, and now we are really focused and we will start. And we will rise up to around about 1,000 students over the next years. Your career perspectives, you are engineer. First, you start as an expert in the sustainability departments, for example, or in the interface departments, and then you can grow up because you have a lot of knowledge received in this company. I mentioned from startup until the medium companies to the big ones, and you can work in operations, that means production, for example, in the engineering department, in interfaces, for example, the customer services, project and process management. Maybe also as a business consultant, I work close together with PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, and they are have also a demand of this kind of educated, academically educated engineers. This is our curriculum, our timetable for you, for example. I will show it. You start with the first semester, go up then over the next month or years to the 7th semester. We start in the first year with basics or principles. For example, mathematics, because it's a bachelor's degree in engineering, and you have to have mathematic knowledge. Also later on, if you go to data science and artificial intelligence, you need mathematics. And then you, of course, electrical engineering, informatics, physics, and so on. Also, business administration parts, principles of business administration and economics. And of course, in the first semester, we start with sustainable development. The first one, we have overall 3. And you see here, these 3 green modules. This is German language for these people. They are here, they are non-native or non-German speakers. For our German guys, then they learn Spanish or Chinese. But for you, you will learn German language. And this will be really fine because you learn a lot. We have small groups, and then you can also grow. Semester 3 and 4, this is the second year. You see also this yellow parts, engineering design, renewable energies. It's also important topic because without energy, nothing is running. Sustainable development 2, project management, and of course 3, I mentioned it's study general. That means, for example, if you go to this study and work program, you can also receive one of these study general courses, tick in the box if you, for example, work in a company. Then the 5th semester, this is the one special thing of the University of Applied Sciences, the so-called internship. You go into a company, for example, BMW, suppliers, Drexelmeier. We have some big players around Dingolfing, and then you can work within there, learn a lot, maybe on projects and so on. Then you come back, and they have also internship seminar. And then in the higher semester, 6th and 7th semester, you learn supply chain management, for example, energy infrastructure. Basics are the renewable energies. International business and cross-cultural communication is also a good part to have it in the mind. Smart manufacturing, industry 4.0, and for example, mobility innovations. For example, you drive with your own car, if you have your own car, from A to B. But what's about the future? Do you take a drone, for example, and fly from A to B? Is this a good thing? And we will discuss this also in this module within this semester. So the last one is then the work and study program. It's a special topic here. So this one, for example, we start with regional industrial lectures. So not only professors are here, we take also from big companies practical knowledge combined with scientific work. And these guys, they're also bringing to you the knowledge, the current knowledge with a lot of examples out of the practical terms. And then this is fine. For example, also working or close together interface to BMW Innovation Hub. I was there, it's really impressive. The ecosystem science. We have a lot of companies also in there, BMW, Microsoft. We have really big topics. And you can also join the companies for semester or project work. You can do some kind of research work for the companies, earning some money, of course. Or as a working student, you can work 20 hours a week, for example. And our plan, our study plan, shows that you have time really to work in companies within the study and work program. For example, on Mondays, free for work, and some other days also. We put this on our homepage the next 1-2 days, working days, also to Tuesday. Maybe you can also go to our homepage, SIOP, haw-landshut.de/SIOPs, Sustainable Industrial Operations and Business. And then you will also see the video and, of course, the study program. Then the practical time in a company, I mentioned it in the fifth semester. The bachelor thesis, you have to write it, of course. final exam, more or less, also in a company. And then maybe you receive also mentoring from higher students or vacation jobs. If you, for example, in the break between the winter and the summer semester is round about roughly 1 month. And from winter to summer semester, we have 2 months. And then you can also work, for example, in BMW and earn a lot of money, for example. And here are the companies we are working. It's still growing, this lower topic here. BMW, Drexelmeier is a big supplier in the way of other companies, for example, here software development, and also suppliers for automotive and so on. And here, for example, Einhell is a big supplier for or OEM for handicraft tools, for example. You will find it in some kind of markets. So this is in a nutshell our new program, Sustainable Industrial Operations and Business, located in Dingolfing. And now, if you have questions, feel free to shoot your question out.
Professor, there are lots of questions shot, to be honest.
Okay, yeah.
But because of the time limitations, we'll not be able to go through all of them, unfortunately. But I chose some general questions for everyone that we could address. And then, dear attendees, you have emails for Landshut, for Ostbayern, and for other universities, Freiburg, and Rosenheim. Please get in touch with them, because I see lots of questions and we will not be able to cover them, unfortunately. Okay, so let me start with general questions. And let me start with this one. So very general administrative question for everyone. When do you usually announce the results of admission? So when students send their applications, how many weeks or months do they have to wait until they get back from you, positive or negative result? Let's start with Landshut.
Okay, Maria, do you have some figures in mind?
We already do admissions, so people are going to get admitted very, very soon. So it takes around about 1 or 2 weeks, I would say.
1 or 2 weeks. That's quick. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now let me ask also Freiburg the same question.
Yeah, we process applications as they come. So within 2-3 weeks after the application, we provide the admission letter in case they are admitted.
Also very quick. Thank you. Now let me ask Professor Späte the same question.
Yeah, it's about the same. We just, but after the application period finished,
Yes.
Then another 2 to 3 weeks, we send out the papers. Yeah,
It's very quick. Yeah, in my case, it was I waited several months. So, dear attendees, you can see that they are quite quick.
yeah, we know that it takes a long time for the visas and
Yeah.
in many countries, and that's it. Yeah. Mhm.
That totally makes sense. That's totally makes sense. Thank you. And for Rosenheim.
Yeah, the same. We worked on it, and we are proud to be able to announce admission after several days already.
That's great. That's very good. Dear students, you are in a very good position. So let me ask the next question. Maria already addressed this to a certain extent during the dormitories, whether they are available for international students. And I see this question also quite important one for students. So everyone wants to get the best possible deal and not to be left out on the streets, of course. Yeah, let me start with Freiburg. Are there any dormitories available for internationals, and how quick they should be to apply for the place?
Yeah, there are a lot of dormitories available in Freiburg. And as a rule, all first-year students are provided with a spot. So you won't be left on the streets. And you need to apply after the admission, after you are matriculated, as soon as possible, to apply to the student service center for the place.
Okay, perfect. Professor Späte?
Oh, sorry. Can you please repeat?
Sure. So are there any student dormitories available for international students who would like to study at your program?
Dormitories we don't have, but we give support for the housing. Yeah, but it's always it's a point. It's a difficult point sometimes. We try our best, and we know that other students, fellow students, they take the new ones also.
Okay, nice. Good to know. Thank you. Now, Professor Volkl.
Yeah, we have also no dormitories on our own, but City of Burghausen is supporting us, and there are some email addresses on our website of the program where you can ask these questions. And yeah, as said before, the old students have the room for the new ones, and yeah, we are increasing our rooms as well as the program is increasing.
Okay, very good, nice. And for Professor Reinhold or Maria?
It depends actually where you choose, who you want to live, where you choose to live. If you want to live in Landshut, there, of course, we have dormitories. We are going to have, hopefully, dormitories soon in Dingolfing. Right now, we have a very good private market. We do have support of the city of Dingolfing, so you won't stand on the street. You will have something, until the start of your studies. Don't worry about that.
Okay, very good. So the next question now is regarding whether your programs are numerus clausus programs. Are the post limites, because you mentioned some specific requirements that students have to meet. So if the students meet all those requirements, will they 100% get into your program, or they will have to do any additional interviews or any tests? So how does it look like in this case? Professor Vogel?
Yeah, if there are sort of requirements, if they are fulfilled, you get admitted and there's no additional test.
Okay, clear, thank you. In case of Landshut?
I can
Students
repeat
meet
it.
sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
If students meet the requirements, they get into the program.
Okay, thanks. In case of Freiburg?
Yeah, the same. So if you meet the requirements, you're admitted and there are no extra steps.
Okay, perfect. And Professor Spetem?
Same at our university.
Okay, and let me ask one more question for Landshut, based on that it's a bachelor's program. The student asked, so if I did 2 semesters in my home country on the bachelor level, can I get into your program directly, or still do I have to go to Studienkolleg?
Of course, you could go into the program directly, but the problem is that we just start the program in winter semester. So this is going to be the first semester we are doing in Dingolfing. But I mean, for this round, it wouldn't be possible. For next year, yes.
Okay. So perfect. Thank you very much, everyone. I see there are 20 more questions. I would like to answer them all, but I know that we cannot do that, unfortunately. So again, I would strongly encourage students, once again, please take a look at the emails. They're all shared with you in the chat during the presentations, and to redirect these questions directly to the representatives of the programs, and then they will get back to you. But thank you very much for your activity, dear attendees, for your questions. And of course, thanks to our guests for their presentations, for also answering the questions in the chat and now live. Again, if you have general questions, get in touch with My German University. Take a look at our articles, for example, also. And in case of specific questions, get back to our guests. With that, also, if you would like to leave us feedback, please feel free to do so through our Facebook and Google channels. And with that, I would like to thank you, everyone, once again for being with us today. And I hope to see you on our future webinars as well. Take care and bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good evening.